how are we all? Hello, Minifizz, Dargenator, Hasgahar, Engineer, welcome, VMX, Westbrook Drew, Cals, oh no, we've done you. Hasgahar can be thanked twice. Thank you for being here, sir. Mini Flames, thank you for the Prime sub, much appreciated. Yeah, how are Ernest Gaming? Thank you very much. How are we all? Yeah, I was doing stuff. I was setting the stream up while the pre-roll was going because I've literally arrived moments ago. Well, foam. Well, okay, so foam /5. So we've got all the 500 dioramas, and we're not just going to wave at them. We're going to make the foam for the packaging. So kind of both. Because just going woo at things it is about 10 minutes max, and then I'll be bored. Oh, nice, Drew. Nice. So we're going to be looking at the new 1 to 500s, some of the new 1 to 500 dioramas we've got, and making foam cutouts for them, and probably the Pisces 1 to 100 as well, just because I have it on my desk. Because that'll be cool. You guys like a bit of lasering. So that's cool. Yeah, what have I been doing today? Oh my god, I've been digging a hole today, is what I've been doing. Let me just bring it up. And I could do a Windows capture. That's what I could do. Create a new. There we go. There is a hole. Oop, that's totally in the wrong place. Doing it live! Doing it live. Because you love it when I do this shit live. There we go. So there's a hole that we have been digging. That's us pulling out the mother of all rocks out of this goddamn hole. I probably weighed half what the excavator does. It was absolutely insane. That was 3 hours of my morning just pulling this rock out of a hole. It was a challenge. The hole is like 9 feet deep, and this rock probably weighs half a ton, maybe. It's big. The digger just couldn't lift it. It was way past its lifting capabilities. So we made wooden ramps and all sorts. And yeah, this was last night when we found the damn rock, and eventually actually got it moving for the first time. It was quite a celebration. Yeah, it was a pain. This is all to do with the sewer system, so excuse all the pictures of sewers. Helping, basically, this hole is having a massive new septic tank put in. It's at a friend's house down the road, and he gets me involved in these things because I can drive diggers. So I'm his plant equipment driver, because I know how to drive excavators and dumpers and plant equipment and things. So that's been my weekend. So yeah, it's kind of fun. I like playing with diggers. It's always quite a fun day off. It was supposed to be a day, and everywhere we dug a hole, we found another fucking pipe. And it's just one of those things. We found gas pipes, water pipes, old field drain pipes, old sewer pipes, and just everywhere we dug a hole, we either found that, and then we found this gigantic rock, and we found another brick chamber underneath it, which is what those horrendous photos were of. So yeah, it was one of those. it was a bit of fun, but hey. Right, so that's that. That's been my weekend. Still ain't over. Still got to go back tomorrow. We still haven't quite finished it. But hey, that's what I want to get rid of. Right, so foam. How do we do foam? Well, we've got some foam in the laser here. So this is from the Gallinsons, as it happens. So this is the foam that goes in the diorama. So stuff just pops out. And that's for the Gallinson weapons. So that's 1 to 100, some of our weapons kits that go with the arrow. And soon the Pisces. So that's quite nice. And basically we need to produce these for the Sabres, the Cutlass Blues, and the Gladii, or Gladius. So that's task one. That's what we're going to do. That's what we're going to do first. That's a grave. Thankfully not. Thankfully no one fell in it and got buried. Don't I dig a hole wherever with my mouth whenever Cal's nearby? Potentially. So how we're going to do this? Well, to start with, it's going to have to be larger than this because it's not going to fit in the small diorama kit. It's going to be a large diorama kit, both of them are, because we don't only have one, we have two prints. So this one has landing gear on this one. Can you see? Oh, no, there we go. So this one on the right of your screen has its really cool, weird triangular landing gear arrangement coming out the bottom of it. And the other one doesn't. The other one's in flight, and then the other print is, yes, of them both in flight. So just like the Arrow and the Pisces, these smaller ships, you're getting...
JR might be a dickhead, but apparently he's got some great
Gladius.
friends.
Thank you very much for the sub. Thank you very much for the gift. Thank you very much, Flan. Hello, Flan. How are you? So, and the same with the Sabre. So that's our Sabres both in flight. You can tell they're in flight just because they've got their hole in the bottom for the stand. So they're the Sabres in flight. So we should have one somewhere where they landed. So obviously wings tucked in. One on this side, wings tucked in, landing gear out underneath, all happy. So that's a diorama kit as well. So you're getting 4 of these in the diorama kit. The Cutlass Blue is different. The Cutlass Blue is just like how we have with the black. So you get the Cutlass Blue with its turret, and then there should be a print of its engines and stuff. So all of these ones that we are Gladiates. I get it now. Apologies. Just it's been a day. It's been a day. So all of these are going to have to go in large diorama foam. So we are going to have to do large diorama foam. Now the easiest one in theory should be the Cutlass Blue, because I think it will fit in the Cutlass Black foam. So we will just get some Cutlass Black foam and see if it fits. Hello, Firemaster. Perfect time frame. I agree. Right, so this is a Cutlass Black, obviously. Say obviously. Zoom this out just a teeny bit. So this is Cutlass Black. It's our card, and here are our prints. So let's pull the Cutlass Black out. Now the engines they're not the same engines, because they're the same engines as the Cutlass Red, but as far as I know, the print is identical. So yes, the print fits in there. And then here's our Cutlass Blue. It does indeed fit fine. I'm not surprised. It has the same turret, and although the nose canopy is different, it's effectively not that different. So the Cutlass Blue fits in the Cutlass Black foam. Not a surprise. Haha. Excellent. So we don't need to do new foam for the Cutlass Blue. Well, that was easy. So there we go. So there's the Cutlass Blue. Let's put the black back in. So that can go back on the shelf. Lovely. Excellent. So there we have, Cutlass Blue, kind of as expected, same as Cutlass Black. So there we go. There's my blue! Yes, it is. There she blows. You don't have to try and make one. So for all those uneducated, of which I was one of those people. I was so uneducated, I didn't realize Cutlass Blue was in game. What's the difference between the blue, black, and red? Well, we'll get to the steel maybe never. Basically, there's various aspects of it. So some of the ships have these airlocks on the side. Some of them have doors that open. Some of them have a squared cockpit. Some of them have this rounded, quite Cylon-esque cockpit. Some of them have missile pods on the top. Some of them don't. And on the engine, some of them have it's difficult to see on this, but a cut in the front of the engines where the sort of like blue and red beacons are. So And they're all kind of a combination of those. So the blue has the round canopy, has missiles, has airlocks, has a turret with guns on it, and has the cut wings. The black has an armed turret, has the missile pods, has opening side doors and the squared off canopy and no cutouts on its wings. And the red has the airlocks on the side with rescue on as well. We put the rescue on as a decal. It has a scanner instead of an armed turret. It has the square canopy and it has the cutouts in the wing. So between them, they share a lot of features. So the blue was fairly quick for us to do. The steel. I quite like the Cutlass Steel. I don't like any of the... I'm not a Drake fan. I like the Cutlass Steel for what it is. We've had debates on this stream before about the Cutlass Steel. Personally, I think the Cutlass Steel gets a little bit of a bad rap because I do genuinely think the Cutlass Steel is a lot more than... will have to be a lot more than a Cutlass Black with some extra guns. I think its life support system will be totally different to take that many people, yada, 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 yada. But anyway, from a modelling point of view, it's going to be a bit of a pain to do a Cutlass Steel, in my opinion, because with its doors closed, the only difference between a steel and a black is the extra turret. The whole point of the steel is its side door guns and all this sort of stuff. So I'd really wanted to find a way of doing the steel with its side doors open so you could see through it and you could see the little guns and things. And because of how unpopular the steel is, it's probably not high on my list. I'll have a play with it at some point. But anyway, so that's the Cutlass Blue done. The Cutlass Blue is pretty popular. I say it was an easy ship for us to do. So, let's do the Sabres first. So again, same size foam. So let's open up. Not that one. You can go away now. I want this. Right. So this is the. So you can see the Gallinsons were on screen there. Can you even see that? Or is it really clipping it weirdly? Is it because I'm on a 4K screen? Does that look really gash? I think it's because it's really thin lines on a 4K screen. And it looks really weird in my OBS window. Happy birthday! Drew's birthday stream is next week. I think. I don't know. I don't know what's going on. It might be his birthday now, though, for all I know. Yes, next week. Excellent. I do know what's going on. Oh, good God. Yeah, so next week, for all those that around, next week we are doing Drew's birthday stream. We're giving away a Carrack kit model. We are really keeping our fingers firmly crossed that maybe 317's in PTU. That will be lovely, so we can play a bit of 317. If not, we'll be 316-1. And yeah, will be some beers, and yeah, Westbrook Drew's birthday stream here on the channel, having an absolute blast, just Star Citizening the shit out of it. Right, so I'm going to open up a random product. Not a random product, obviously. I'm going to open up the Cutlass Black foam. Hell yeah! Yeah, so is this window, can you actually see what the hell's happening on the screen? My OBS preview of it is awful. So if it is awful, I will move it to a different screen and see if we can play with it. It might just be my preview of it, though. Right, so this is the Cutlass Black. I need to save it as... Oh, sorry, Flannathir. Perhaps... Yes, I don't know. It's fine, cool. Thank you, Dodge. 22. So we need... This is what we were doing first. Sabre. Let's use a big folder. Kit. Can't get his birthday presents too early, Flan. Right, clamshell, 1 to 500. Sabre. Okay, so... Here we go then. So we're doing this in 25mm foam. We're going to delete all of these Cutlass black ones. Boom, like that. It's not black 1 to 500. We're going to ungroup these. So this is what we're working on. You can go away like that. I do want to save that. Open up the arrows file. Steal these two things. So this is the foam for the arrow, which is in the smaller kit. I don't want those. I don't want those. I do want these because these. So that is the slit for the stands, the 3 stands, and the 3 bases. So we'll need those, and we know that they work as a file. We don't need that or that or that or that or that. Because they're when you've only got a single base and there's a larger base it's on its side. So that's fine. So how do we do this? Well, that's a good question. There's different ways of doing this. I'm going to open up the Sabre file. This is how I tend to do it. Which one do I want? This, I may drop some frames doing this. Bear with me. There may be some frame droppage while this loads. Because preform is a bit of a beast when it comes to using all the cores. So I won't say anything important, I'll just drink my coffee. Oh, it's fine. Yeah, sorry for the miscommunication. Yeah, no, it's we're sort of doing alternate weeks at the moment. Every other week is Star Citizen Shenanigans, and then the other week try and do something makery. The workshops is exceedingly busy. It's so busy. It's so full of our big NDA projects at the moment. It's really hard to stream from there at the moment, just because of how open everything is. So we've got all. Oh, this be a useful print actually because it's got all the things we need. So let's move these out of the way for the moment. This one we want. This one we don't want. This one we don't want. So if I highlight all those, can I make them all be divisible? Yay! Okay, so this is our print, and this is preform. So the trick I do is, to get the shape of it, is I actually take a screenshot. Like that. And then... oh, I don't have this. Wait a minute. Need a new source. Oh, into a capture. Yes, what? Why doesn't that show the file? I'm confused. Why can't you see it? That makes no sense. Okay. Well, that's bizarre. There we go. Fuck knows. Fixed it now. So, get to the other bits of my screen. So this is the bit we want though, so that's fine. So we don't need anything else. I'll grab this. Not what I meant to do. So that's the bit that we want. And I'm not going to go like laser around this really tight or anything, because the laser won't thank us for that. I'm just going to use this as a thing to draw around, so we've got a rough silhouette. For a nice hugging fit. We also want the foam not to be too close to delicate bits, so when we get up to the bits like the guns, we'll give it a little bit more wiggle room. But we want it to be tight enough that it's not going to wiggle around in the packaging. So it's just a case of just finding a happy little medium. I think that's fine. Evening, Paul 3 Keys. How are you? Cool. So let's paint and bucket that. So that's the shape we've gone for. That's the shape we've gone for. So that can just go over there for a minute. Now we may find that the other one is relatively similar. Martin Miggs, we will know SE has made it when there's a licensed Lego set. Yeah, that's probably true. We're currently the only licensee making models, but yeah, when Lego get involved, you know it's serious then. Fuck yeah. No, it's serious then. Right, so that's cool. So that I need the tray for that one. Where's the tray? Not that one. That one? Indeed. So it's a slightly different shape because of the one that's in flight, so it will definitely be a different cutout. That's fine. Screen to there. Grab this. You do try to not to hate back on the peeps that shit on how much our models cost. No, feel free. Take a big long dump on them, I don't mind. We can't. No, it's a never-ending battle, Flan. It does, most days. It's funny. Most days it doesn't upset me. It's just the fucking internet, isn't it? But I don't know what there was. Really sad news from the village, like last week, and sort of, yeah, it just came on the same day as loads of shit from Facebook. You know what? For whatever reason, just other shit going on, and just, yeah, it's really sad news from friends. I really got to me that day, all the sort of shit talking. It's just like, fuck it. You guys don't want our stuff, I'll stop making it. And it's just like, no, because it was just a few dickheads being dickheads like they do every day on the internet. And it's just like, I went up and thankfully there was loads of orders and I packed loads of orders and I thought, well, you know what, all these people seem to like us enough to give us their money. And it's just, yeah. But yeah, that one day, just, oh my god. Just every comment really got to me. Silly, because we've been having those comments since we started doing this, So it's like it's no fucking surprise they're going to continue, and I think we get a lot of love and a lot of hate when CIG tweet us out and stuff, because obviously it goes to a wider crowd, and it's just like, yeah, it was just a rough day. It was a rough old day. Right, okay, so that's those two. Just delete them. I'm not worried about the size of these. We'll physically size them with calipers in a minute once we've got them as DXFs.
JL might be a dickhead, but apparently he's got some great friends.
I do indeed. Nougatine, thank you for the sub. Hello indeed. And that's the thing. It's just like, I think the thing that gets me is like people who price these models. With what I mean, where they get their printers and resin, I'd love to know, because ours cost thousands of pounds. But yeah, it's that whole thing where they don't factor in the time it takes. Although, to be fair, most of these people think that CIG just give us the file. So what time? We just literally get the file and press print. It's just easy, fucking easy. Right, okay, we'll do the Gladii while we're at this, just because we've got them on this. We've got them on this print, so it'll just save us a wee bit of time just to do the Gladius as well. We might as well. That's one. Nope. Ah! Go away. Excellent. So here we find now this may be the same on both, because the Gladius doesn't really change shape when it's in flight. Its wings don't change. So this one might be a bit less egregious to. It'll just be copies. I did find that with the Arrow and the Pisces, maybe, that they were basically the same. Why custom 3D printed SD chips models so expensive when I can fold paper at home? Exactly, VMXEO, exactly. Oh yes, and the give me SDLs. Yeah, people love to ask for that. Yeah, sure. I've got nothing better to do in my life than spend weeks designing SDLs for other people to print out. Sounds amazing. Oh, for no money. Oh, even better. Great. Not even going to pay me for it. Wow, thank you. I jest. Right, so I want to be very careful of its little guns up here. Now we have to be careful. We don't. If we go too far away from the actual ship, yeah, I don't like that. If we go too far away from it, we don't actually get it to grip in the packaging. So we need to be careful of the guns. But here, that's a nice firm bit of the model. Let it actually have at the model there. I really don't know why I went all the way around there. Can I do it here as well? Let's find out. Let's find out whether we should do that. Okay. What a weird shaped one this is. Can see us regretting that. But hey ho. Okay, let's I say I think the two Gladius ones will be the same. Right, okay, so I'm gonna take this. that. Need to give it a white background. Like that, and then we'll export that as a JPEG. Like that. I shall jump on to a website. Drew. Oh, I've got it linked. is what I've got. Can I show this? Oh, it's fine. Let me just quickly. So I'm going on a website called a thing. I'll link it to you in a second. Once I just select my file. So this is a website that I use to convert JPEGs to SVGs, which is a vector file. I don't think we need to do any odd settings. Cool. Download that. And then I can bring it into here. Why you know that? One second. Something is going on. Demand to know what. Okay, right. So that's got that. Oh, I need to go into SketchUp. There's so many steps to this. I don't know why. Just give me a moment. I'll be 2 ticks. Good God. Just thinking, don't drop frames, don't drop frames. Right, so, excuse me, I know you can't see anything. It's just very rude of me. Okay, we can now go back into this program. Yeah, it's amazing. It's really handy for converting stuff into vector. Really is. Okay, so here we go. So there was a little bit of fecking around there, but here we have them as vectors. Nice clean vectors. Right, so we obviously do need to know how big they are though, because at the moment we don't have that information. So because we've obviously not fucked around with its sort of geometry, we just need to just check these are 70mm bases. So if we take these and make them 70mm wide, while locking their ratios, they should be the right size. And I think the Gladius was a different size base. It was a 62mm base. How random. A few little errant lines there. Don't know where they came from, so that's cool. My chat window back up. I have the same calipers. They're quite good little for cheap calipers. They are You know, like I'd love to buy myself a really nice pair of like proper engineering calipers, but for the stuff that I'm doing on my desk and kicking around and dropping them and stuff, they are amazing. They're great. Thoroughly recommend them. Yeah, the batteries last an all right amount of time though. I have this one just kicking on my desk all the time. It's great. Right, so to do the Sabre, so that's one Sabre, two Sabres. So let's turn this one around. Our bases and our upstands. That's not too bad. It's not too shabby. So while we're here, we'll do the Gladius as well. So as I say, I think both the Gladius prints will fit into this very attractive alien looking thing. I am not showing you the right window. God damn it. Apologies. Jeez. Okay. So there we go. So I say this thinner slit is for the upstands, and this is for the 3 bases because there's 3 in flight, you get 3 bases. So that's cool. So I think we're ready to cut that. Just double check I've got the right foam cut on it. Okie dokie. I don't know if I dropped frames or not. Right, okay, so let's go over to the laser. We want the laser. Oh, you're going to have the laser doubled. It's fine. There's nothing I can do about it. Well, there is. I'm just not going to because I'm tired. Okay, so let's take these out for the moment. And let's get a bit of 25mm foam. Get my random bit of wood. I can do this so you can kind of see what I'm doing. Maybe. So first thing I need to do is 0 this. Oh, I can't. Yes, I can. Let's say, of course I can. Of course I've taken the safeties off. So the reason I'm using a bit of wood in here is this is a 12mm bit of birch ply. Because I'm cutting 25mm foam, we want the zeroing point to be in the center of the foam, because that gives us the cleanest cut. Like that. So there's our foam in there. Hell yeah. Laser glasses. Can't fucking see a thing now. Yeah. Okay, so I didn't turn the air on. Right, hopefully this won't be too noisy. Apologies if it is. I don't have RTX in here. Okay, so we can now press go, and this should be fine. There, it's cutting away. Fire the laser!
Begin laser ignition!
Noise is non-existent. That's good. I mean, all the noise from this thing comes from the extract fan. Just because it's in the room, it'd be nice to mount it somewhere else so it wasn't actually in the room. Because this laser sits just next to my desk. There's my hand there to prove it. It's always here, built into my desk. But the actual laser itself, it's just like a 3D, like a FDM 3D printer, in that you get the whirring of the just a couple of notch effect. No. The fan on this thing is 700 watt. It's a like bore extract, like huge extract, gas extract fan. Fume extract, I should say. Right, here we go. I can take these off now. Fucking hell, I can see. Right, let me get the right camera so we can see what we're doing. Okay, so foam. So, Sabres first. So, identical ones. Interestingly, not tall enough. Interesting. Also, they're not tall enough. So this must have been how I had, how I was looking at in preform. Obviously, wasn't quite flat. This is going to mean that they are going to be quite close, nose to nose. We might have to try and offset them as much as we can get away with. So that's fine. So let's correct that. Let's correct that first. Now, lasering is all about trial and error. That's all it is. So we're going to offset those a little bit, bring them down a little bit, and then make them 4 mil taller. Right. Unlock that. Down there a bit. And up there a bit. I need your boots, your clothes, and your laser cutter. Right, so that's... I'm going to break that so that we don't think that's the current one. Let's get our Gladii. Gladii again! Oh, that's right. That's not going to be that way around. Oh, that's just annoying. Again, they want to be taller. How weird. But width-wise, they're fine. So... 3... I still think we might end up changing this wiggly-ass design. Okay. Obviously can't cut in the same place twice. I'll just leave it down in the bottom there. You've sort of seen it now. It doesn't really do anything else interesting. So we seem to be on track. So we're going to beacon the Liège Star Citizen event. The plan is to launch this group of models there. Oh, so a bit of news. I genuinely thought, and this is my bad, I genuinely thought that the MSR would fit in a blister pack. I don't know why. I don't know what the fuck I was smoking. The MSR is not going to fit in a blister pack. So, the MSR is now officially a kit model. It's a small kit model. It'll be in the normal kit model size box, but it will be significantly cheaper than like the Arrow or something, because it's not. I mean, it's bigger than the PTV. It's like kind of PTV type size. Where's the other wing gone? There it is. So it's made up of 2 wings, which fit together beautifully now. This join was a bit of a C word you can't say on Twitch, apparently. So the MSR fits together quite nicely now. It is... Ooh, there we go. It's a simple model to put together. There's... What is there on it? There is top turret. So, top turret. There's the scanner dish array. There's a bottom turret. There's landing gear, magnetic landing gear, deployed and retracted. There's the back door. On it, there's the engines. Zoop. Little engines in there. They're gonna need a bigger blister, yeah. And then there's the forward turret there. So what I'm gonna do, we're gonna make it a kit model. So it'll be cheaper than the other kit models. It'll also be what we're going to suggest to people as a starting model. For people who haven't built models before, this is a really nice one to start with. It's nice and detailed. It's a lovely design. It hasn't had its detailing on it yet, but it's a really nice one. It fits together beautifully, and it's a simple build. What I will do, so a couple of extra things we're going to do just to bring it up to standard with our other kit models. At the moment, this back door just sits on and is glued in. I'm going to model the innards of the cargo bay so that you can and it will have 2 doors, one open, one closed. And I'll also do 2 sets of turrets so that, like we did with the Carrack, there's turrets in sort of more animated positions for posing and stuff. The radar dish will obviously be deployed and undeployed as well. So there's a few extra bits we'll do just to bring it up to snuff with our other kits. But that is now going to be a kit, and it's still launching alongside the Gladius and the Sabre and the Cutlass Blue. Yes, the dish also turns. Well, it's on a magnet, so we'll just be able to spin it. So that's fine. Yes, I say it'll just be on a magnet, so you'll be able to twist it to whatever size, whatever direction, and then the other 2 models we're going to try and get out for the same drop is the Buccaneer in 1 to 500, so a bit like the little Arrow blister, and also the Vanguard. So it'll be quite a big drop of models, which is nice. Right, next laser. With it being a kit, will we make a limited quantity? Good question. The answer is yes. Yes, it will be limited to 500. Good question. Still ever so slightly tight on that little nose. I might just tweak that rather than. And again, ever so slightly. So we're just going to move some nodes for that. Oh, my 54 centimeter Kraken. You'll have to wait till it goes in game. Got my arrow cleaned up, accidentally broke landing gear. Well, don't despair. We have a spare parts policy. The landing gear is free. So if you go onto our website, Darjanator will throw you a link in there in chat because he's awesome. And yeah, you can get free spare parts for it. the free parts used to always be free, but because of the price of resin, and when the carrot came out, some of the parts on the carrot have like £10 worth of resin. We do now charge a little bit, like a tenner or a fiver, for some of these massive parts on certain models. I think the only thing on the Arrow that's charged for is the main fuselage. Everything else is free. And yeah, if you, depending on when you bought your Arrow kit, if you've not got the really clear canopy, get yourself one of those as well. But yeah, so the canopy is, we now do a much clearer canopy, new printer technology, new sort of all of that jazz. Yes, good canopy. So yeah, so it's, I say, we try our best to sort of be there for you guys getting free, getting spare parts. Right, so I'm going. Oh god, put on the right bloody sauce. Jeez, oh. Right. So I'm just going to tweak these manually in here because I don't want to stretch the whole thing. So I'm just going to just give our nose a little bit more room here. Like that. And the same on this. So it's ever so slight, but I just want to on that. Right, so let's try the Gladius. Okay, excellent. So that nearly fits, but I'm going to get rid of that. So Gladius. Oh, that's nice. That's, if anything, it's a little loose, but no, I quite like that. So do both Gladiuses fit in that same shape? Yes. Cool, I like that. That's cool. We know these holes work because we just stole them from the other kit. So that's the Gladius happy with the Gladius. Lovely. So just to rejig the Sabre. So I'm going to make this purple. That so that it won't cut, and turn the fans back on, clear the crap out of here, and click go. So now we've got the Gladius, we can save this. Save as Gladius. Kit. Gladius. Right, so that's fine. And we'll go back to the Sabre. Can delete the Gladius now. Put that on another file. Grab the Sabre. Oh. Try the Sabre again. Wrong one. That's nice. And that's nice. I like that. That's good. Definitely no wiggle. I don't think it's not scraping on the guns. No, it comes in nice, comes in and out nicely. Yep, happy with that. Happy with that. So that's cool. So now we can make an array of these. I think there's a tool for this, and I can never remember. 12 mil. A tiny bit bigger. That'll do. Okay, so that's a nice big array of them. Oh, and I'm still not looking. God damn it. Oh my god. Apologies. I'm so sorry. Right, so what I've done, I've just done an array of these sabers now that we're happy with them. So we're now going to do a test cut of the whole sheet of them. So we're going to take that bit of foam out for testing later, 3 hours later. Throw a sheet in, turn the fans on, click go. Cool, so that's going to start cutting our first full sheet of sabers. Could I have chat as a pop-out? Yes, I could. The problem is I'm doing between my sources and could have chat on that screen and have it bigger, and then I might not. I could have chat and sources open at once. That would be really helpful. What's the cut on the top? Oh, that's a good question. I think that's a Pisces. It's a bit of a Pisces. It's in a layer that I'm not cutting. I don't know why it's still there. Boop. It just sort of survived from one print to another. Right, so let's save that. Let's go and grab our Gladius. So now we can get rid of that, and we get rid of that saber. Make that a group. And make that black. There we go. So do the same trick we did before. Two, seven. Boop. Okay, that's our Gladius, so that can be the next sheet we do. Excellent. Right, that's a Sabre, the Gladius, and the Cutlass Blue, all with foam designs for. Excellent stuff. So, how are we doing? Yeah, we like these. They can stay. Okie dokie. So, now, shall we talk Pisces? Shall we? I'd love to do the MSR, but I've not got the MSR finished yet. So, I have not set up all its final prints. So I don't have all the pieces, but I love this split. I can't tell you how happy I am with this split, because the split is a different shape on the top and the bottom. Because it's got such. Let's zoom in on this. The wings on the MSR are just so it's so interesting how the split sort of goes down the side, and of course it's asymmetrical, so the split has to be different on both sides. So we've got these. So these are hollowed out, but these pillars help keep it all nice and tight. But yeah, I like how that works, and that took very little sanding, just a tickle. I say this is a really nice kit model for a beginner. I see it's got a few magnets in it. It's not got a huge amount of magnets in it. The detailing isn't on this, by the way. It still needs panel lines and all that kind of dressing. I like to get all the surfaces done first and get all the splits working. It doesn't have a clear canopy because it's black anyway, So yeah, so it's a nice little model. I like it. I pulled the engines off, so the engines are separate. Again, it's a nice little model. I like it. I'm really taken by it. And this is the thing. I'm not a fan of the MSR in game. Not an MSR fan. I'm not really a Crusader fan, if I'm honest, as a player. But I'm really happy with how that's come out. Really pleased with it. It took some fucking goes, so that's why I'm so pleased. Right, so Pisces. Let's start talking about a Pisces. Oh, this is a nice comparison though, from a point of view of why I say the MSR is a small kit. It's not that much smaller than the Pisces. New kit class, mini kit. No, I don't think it is actually, Drew. I think, to be honest, the more I've thought about it, it's more just like a PTV. It's got more pieces than the PTV, I think, or about the same number of pieces. It's got magnets, it's got decals. It's just a smaller, simpler kit. We will get the price down as low as we can, but it'll come with full instructions, certificates. Fisher price. But yeah, it's going to be a kit, and it'll be limited. All the whole shebang, but hopefully we'll aim it at a lower price bracket. I think we might be just underselling the model otherwise, and it's just not going to go in a blister pack. We tried to get it in this smaller magnetic box. Wouldn't fucking fit. It's going to be quite roomy. Do not get me wrong. In the big box, it's going to feel quite roomy. But again, we did the PTV in that box. And I think the MSR is going to be a popular ship. So, but yeah, I mean, in comparative size to, to the Pisces, it's not tiny. Do you know what I mean? It's not a tiny model. It really isn't. So that's cool. So Pisces wise, we have quite a lot of parts for the Pisces. We have upper and lower fuselage. We obviously need to keep these on supports when we're thinking about the box. We have 4 wings, deployed and undeployed for landing. We have these, which are awesome. So these are the seats, the things, and the component lockers. So these fit in here in the body. So that's them. So that's the jump seats and component lockers. What else we got? We've got rear engines. It's the pair of rear engines. We've got this print here, which has got 2 rear doors, open and closed. It's got these bulkheads that go in, and it's got a pilot seat without a pilot. That's quite important. Pilot seat without a pilot. And this, which is the cockpit surround, cockpit controls and all that kind of stuff. So this is a complicated kit. This is probably one of the hardest kits we've done, actually. Landing gear. So the Pisces is quite special, because it's got 4 landing gear. Very few SC ships have 4 landing gear. This isn't. Is there a pilot without a pilot seat? Just a seat? Nope. There is no pilot without a pilot seat. So these are the retracted landing gears, magnetized, obviously. These are the deployed landing gears. I feel there's more bits. There's a canopy. I don't have a canopy. We'll have to leave room for a canopy. Because I've not got one printed. Bugger. So the reason that this is all done and has been ready for ages was we couldn't get the canopy good enough. So that's fine. So what else do we have? Right. Well, there's another 4 prints here that are also related to the Pisces. Now, let's have a look at these 4 prints. Now, obviously, the keen amongst you know that there is not one guns. There's no guns. So there needs to be a gun print as well. There are 2 Pisces. There's a C8 and a standard. What's the difference between the 2 kits? So there is a few differences. There is one difference to the actual two differences to the two differences to the actual model. There are 4 guns on a C8X and 2 guns on a C8. So there's an extra set of gun mounts on the wing print for... Are they on the wing print? Yes, they're on the wing print. For the C8X, and the C8 wings won't have that gun point for... They're all size 1s. It'll probably have the same number of guns with the kit. There'll just be lots of spare guns for the C8, just to try and reduce the number of different prints we have. The canopy is a different colour. So just like with the Carrack, the C8 has a slightly blue canopy. C8X has the red canopy. So they'll be slightly different from that point of view. They won't be cast. They will be printed, like we've done with new arrows, but they will be the resin will be tinted like we did with the Carrack print tinted prints. So they're the differences. There is some more differences, however, between our kits. So it's annoying because I took all the people off this print. So you get a print of people. You get a print of people. So this is a print of people. So we have a pilot in the pilot's chair. We have... let me see what the best way of showing you this is. My lighting isn't great today, I'll be honest. Right, so here are all the peoples. There's so many peoples. So I need a pointy stick. Here's a pointy stick. So we've got a little character here that's in the jump seat. So you can see its restraints. So that sits in the nice little jump seat and has got a little PDA tablet. We've got another person there holding on for dear life. These are all modelled by and posed by James Stormtrooper, by the way. Big shout out for him. He did this a long time ago, and they are absolutely awesome. That's finished. Let me just deal with that. So that's cut fine, nothing's fallen over on that, so that's fine. We'll just clear the decks for the moment. Stick another piece in and try the Gladius. And start. There we go. So back to the peoples. We've got a guy pointing at something. We've got a guy standing there with a rifle. We could probably take these out. No, I can't. I need them on for doing the foam. Another person with a gun, person with a multi-tool, person just standing around. So you get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 people with the Pisces. So that's with the C8. And annoyingly, I've taken a load... no. Is it? Yes, this is the C8. So the C8 is the military one. So hence guy with a gun, all that kind of stuff. We've also got this one. I've taken some of the people off this. Oh, focus, you camera. Thank you. So on this one, we have... So this is the one you'll get with the C8X. Obviously, still a pilot, still the same people in the jump seats. But we've got some people handling cargo. So we've got a guy carrying one of the personal cargo boxes. Oh, that's the other person in the jump seat. We have a guy crouching down to pick up a box. We have another guy with the multi-tool, and there's another guy somewhere on my desk. So the set of people... So yes, these are 1 to 100, Flan. So these people are different. So there's 8 people in the C8, 8 people in the C8X. The C8 is far more of a military feel to the people, guns and all that kind of stuff. The C8X, more exploration. They've got cargo boxes, that kind of thing. So a bit of a different feel to the characters. The other thing that is different is these prints. So the C8X has this one. So we have, obviously, because the Pisces takes a bit of cargo inside it. So we've got 2 cargo boxes, and then some stacks of the little personal cargo crates. If I can cleverly move this so it stays in focus. You can see the little cargo boxes. So that's the C8X, and then the C8, which is the more military type one, has an ammo box. You can see all the little ammo, and then 2 different bits of cargo. Yeah, damn you, cheeky bastards! Now I need to get both. Exactly, you completionists, you. Yeah, so there's a little bit of difference between them. Again, it's a bit like the Carrack and the Carrack Expedition. In all honesty, we've done our best to try and make them as different as we can do, even though they're very similar ships. But we think they're different enough, you know, realistically, for us to warrant putting 2 kits out. It's more kits for us. It's you know, obviously the R&D is spread over 1,000 models rather than 500, so that's quite nice for us in the long term. So, but there is a bit of difference. We put as much difference in them as we can get away with. Getting one was never an option. Ernest Gaming and Flan, you two are, you know, absolutely peas in a pod when it comes to your spending habits on our models. We cannot thank the 2 of you enough. You are both absolutely OG whales, and we love you. So we've got these prints and a couple of others. I say we'll nick one of these and one of these. So when we're trying to work out the foam for a kit model, we mustn't forget we also have an upstand that we haven't made yet, or upstand. See, this is an interesting one. I haven't actually made the stands for the Pisces, mainly because I just don't know how to do them. The bottom of the Pisces is so flat. We've obviously got a lot of detail in it there. There's nowhere that we really want to. Do you know what I mean? It's so flat. This whole ship is only 3 meters tall, so it fits in the Carrack's hangar nicely. So we've got to be really careful where how we design the stand for this to sit on, because we really don't want to make holes in the bottom of it for the stands to go in. I think we've learned that lesson with the Arrow. That wasn't a good way of doing it. The Carrack we did well with because we had the separate pod for it. So realistically, we either need to make Space Whale model. Funny you should say that. Westbrook Drew has 3D printed a Space Whale. Mr. Engineer did a model of one and has printed it, and Drew has also printed it. I don't know if you guys ever posted it anywhere. If so, throw links in chat. So yeah. So I need to decide how I'm going to do the base for this one. If it just sits upon a base, is that strong enough? Not 100% happy with that. So I don't know. I genuinely don't know. We are going to have some thoughts about it, and I'll get back to you. But we will have upstands from the base for that. We've got this, obviously, wings. So what we need to do is we need to establish which are in what layer, because we have a 30mm layer of foam, and then we have a 25mm layer of foam. So we need to think about which ones are going to fit in the bottom layer. It would also be good if I got a box, so that we are sort of aware of what size we're talking about here, which is kind of important. So this is an Arrow box. So we can just sort of lay things out in the base, and that instantly tells us what sort of room we've got to play with here. So I think that'll stand up in there. I think there's enough foam around it. That one will probably stand up in there. But I mean, that's pretty much the whole bottom layer gone. Look, already. We might be able to slide that over there and get something else in. Getting the calipers out again. So this is a 30mm base. Is it me on the camera? Do those models look a little potatoish? No, I don't think so. It might be. Let's get up onto there. There's a fair amount of detail on the old Pisces. I think you can even see, look at the back. You can even see that it says anvil in it somewhere. Where does it say anvil? Oh, that's on the bottom, isn't it? Where is it? Oh, yeah. Just there by my finger. Actually even says anvil. Yeah, like the detail on the bottom of this is like in the ship is really nice actually. So yeah, so we can sort of squeeze them together, a bit like that. This one is a. That's too tight. That's too tight. Okay, what we got on our top? Let's deal with the top layer first, then. It was the cam, excellent. So this should hopefully be a 25. It is, or 20 even. So I'll tell you what we could do. We don't actually need to have it in a fucking box, do we? Be a lot easier to see. See, that's a 30. It's a 25. That's a 30. Oh dear. Well, wait a minute. We could go by height though, couldn't we? That might sit in that way. It's going to be a tight old pack, this, isn't it? That's going to go that way. How deep is the bot? Well, so you get a layer of 30, a layer of 6, and a layer of 25. So we do always have to be quite clever with all this. We can obviously get them to come through the layers, so we can put things on its side and go through the layers like that. We tend to do that with the bases now, so they don't take up a lot of room. And we also don't put the certificate cards into Von Cody Schweiss. Thank you very much. We don't put the cards in there as well. We put them in the envelopes now. So that's all saving us space. Saving us space on the layers. Oh, I wonder about this one. Wait a minute. Hang on. Oh, well, that could save us. This can go on the top layer. That might save us. So that would be a touch. Oh, they could go that way as well. The laser's finished now. Beepy beep beep beep. Bloody microwave. Alright. Yeah, so this might have saved our bacon in that can fit in the top layer. So if I move this to there and grab another sheet, these can be our two. So this could be our 30mm there. This definitely needs to be in the 30mm there. It's 100% in our 30mm there. That's 100% in our 30mm there, as is that. However, we've now jumped some of that out, so that he could go on this layer. Sometimes it's better to put a big thing in the middle. Because then other things fit around it. It could be at a slight angle. Okay. Yeah. That's all quite nice. I've all the boxes and calipers. Okay, so I'm happy enough with that layer. So this layer, oh, we do need, if we are going to put the base all the way through, we will need room for a base to penetrate all the way through both layers. So if we instead put that here, we should be all right. It could be very angled like that, actually. That would leave us room for the base. The stand pieces in there. And then what did we say we still had? We had... I've lost landing gear. So that could be up there. So we've got canopy, magnets, and guns. Canopy, magnet, and guns. So the gun print won't be too big. Still gonna be tight, isn't it? It's gonna be tight. But it'll make it. I'm slightly worried about this base. It's 32, so we can sneak it through into the bottom layer of foam. I do that quite a bit, so that's actually alright. So I cut a tiny slit for the build platform just to go on. Serious question. Foam packing for completed models. We do actually have them. It is a really interesting thing you say that, Flan. So we've actually done a set of foam for most of our models now to be shipped built, because we've shipped painted ones to people like Disco Lando and Hurst and Hurtlocker stuff. Obviously had them for the tumbrils and things. So we do actually have a set that perfectly fits them. I might even have some pictures of them. We can certainly do them for any model. As far as I'm aware, now the Gladius may break this curve. A completed model always fits in its own box. The Gladius might be the only one that doesn't. Just because, the reason I say that is because the Gladius's wingspan is so big, it doesn't fit in its own box. The argument would be this Gladius might actually be going in the bigger box anyway. If we look at how big the Pisces is, and we're managing to squeeze it into this box, and then you've got the Gladius, and the Gladius model is quite considerably bigger. So I might be having a giraffe in thinking that this goes in the small box. The more and more I look at it, yeah. It's probably not, because it's still got its wingtips on to go on as well. It's got so many aerofoils, loads of landing gear, missiles, weaponry, canopies, pilots. This is going in a big box, isn't it? God damn it! So that's answered that. So it will always fit in its own box. Right, let me find the photos. I was looking for photos. There we go, a whole bloody folder for them. Will you look at that? Okay. I know. Why don't we share it so everyone else can see it, John? Holy God. Right. Window capture. Add window capture. That didn't work at all. Oh, and now broken stream chat. It's going well. You're saying that, Flan. The 1-to-100 Gladius has actually been in camera quite a few times. For those who for those who didn't spot it, it's in our new Carrack trailer. It's on my desk when I'm using the calipers, as well as another model that is in there that no one spotted, that has not been announced yet. So yes, the Gladius is here. It's fairly early days on the R&D of it, but it's getting there. We're getting the big chunks chunked out. But yes, there is yet another model that no one's noticed. It's not a model we've ever mentioned before. Time to watch again. You're frame by framing it. Yeah, absolutely. But yeah, the Gladius is quite easy to see, isn't it? Admittedly, because we know it's there. But there's all sorts of shit on my desk that we deliberately put there. But no one looks at our Easter eggs. What am I trying to do? I'm trying to get this to show that, aren't I? Well, that hasn't helped at all. Why won't you show me the photos? Oh, I'll tell you what I could do. Maybe. Let's do a window capture, can't be asked. This might break the world. 1 second. No, I don't want a window capture. Oh, sorry. Remove. Give me a display capture. What could possibly go wrong? I want the weird. So there we go. Oh, don't do that. Oh, I'm so stupid for doing this live. I don't care. It's fine. It's fine. No one cares. You guys will forgive me. Well, that was more. That was harder than it could have been. Right. Okay. These are all going the wrong way. I don't. Oh, I could. I could do that. I could do that. You're right. Be fine. Just ignore the terrible streaming. Same less. Sorry, everyone's fucked up to go and watch the carrot video again. So this I'm going to now take through. So this is a box with built foam in it. So there we have layer 1. Might even be able to zoom in on this a bit more, because it should stay in. It should stay in frame pretty well, because we set it up on a tripod. And then the next one. And the next one. Can we guess what it is? Yes, it's the weirdest painted Freelancer Max ever. You can sort of see it's got all its parts in it. It's got all of the landing gears and the doors and everything. So that's that one. Another box. What could it be? It's a PTV. So that is Disco Lando's PTV. These are all Disco Lando's, by the way. That's the wrong way up. But that's Dragonfly. So yeah, so we have the family, yes, the family space truckster. So yes, so we do have genuinely have foam for that. We've got foam for. I don't have one for. Do I have one for the Carrack? I might have one for the Carrack. I do have one for the Carrack. Who have I sent a Carrack to? So we have to send a built model to John Crew for sign off. Now some of them I have packed in, but I'm pretty sure I've done a Carrack full foam as well to send to JC. So the quick answer is yes, Flan. Is that something you would be interested in purchasing for money? Because if it is, it's certainly something we can do. The set of foam shouldn't be a huge amount of money to do. We can talk to Cals and find out whether that works as a product. We shouldn't need to license it because it's got no IP. The foam has no IP. It's obviously the same. One of the big issues with our shipping is a lot of it's based on volume rather than weight. So I think I tell a lie. If it's Royal Mail, it goes by weight, so it should be fairly cheap to ship just by itself. So yeah, genuinely, Flan, if you or anyone else would like us to actually stock a set of foam for a built model, that is something we could do. I say we have them for virtually every model anyway, for internal use. So yeah, good question, Flan. I like it. I like it a lot. Email us if it is something you're interested in to remind me, because I might forget everything about the stream. Not because I've not enjoyed it, just because I'm so fucking tired. But yes, it's genuinely something we could do, like genuinely. It's a really good idea. I like it. Well, I say we've made them in the past to ship to people, either trophy ones or John Crew or discos. We've made the foam to ship them like that. As I say, I've always made sure that the model, when it's built, fits in the same box. I say the Gladius is obviously going in the bigger box. It's clear to see. Now we see it like this, yeah. So yeah, nice one. I like it. So I think we're good. I think we're good with this. I'm not going to start cutting this foam until we've got all the parts. So we need the base, we need the upstands, we need the canopy, we need the guns. So because we might be able to put the guns, for example, on one of these prints, or make this print longer or something like that. So there's no point doing it yet. But it's a tight pack. There is no doubt about this. Pisces is a tight pack because there's quite a lot in the Pisces. I mean, having all these people and all little diorama things takes up a bit of room. Wonder if that was that way and that went that way. Is that more efficient? Maybe. I say the magnets. There's 30 magnets with this, so the magnets can kind of go there. So that there's base. Canopy will go in on its side. It's going to be tight. We've got a bit of room on this layer. Perhaps the guns could go here, and the base could go here. It'll be the same size base that we use for the arrow and the dragonfly. Yeah. Interesting, eh? Interesting. But yeah. So. Other than the base, I don't think anything's sticking up through the foam. That fitting on that layer has been a lifesaver. Yeah, I can't think of a better way of doing it. So the guns might go on this print. This print is pretty full, isn't it? There's a bit of room on this print. So we could perhaps use a smaller base for it, but saying that, there isn't on this one. And this is the thing I want to have, because these are the only difference, like different parts, I can use the same foam for them if the holes are the same. So we'll perhaps try and not do that. Where else can we save a bit of room? I need a base. Let me get a base. Yes, I want the built inserts. Excellent. What's that link? That's a lot of boxes. That's a lot of boxes. Thank you, sir. A lot of personalized boxes as well. It's a lot of JREX that have been spent there. Right, so this is a base. So the base isn't too bad. So the base is going to fit in there. There's room here. I know on the arrow, the guns are on the bottom layer because they're actually, when you have them printed tall, they do actually still fit in the 30mm layer. So we could probably put the weapons in there, base in there, so that's fine. And then the base has come up into that layer, and that gives us room for the canopy and the magnets. So I think we're good. I think that's roughly going to be the layout. As I say, I'll get those last pieces done. And yeah, there is no way that that is fitted in a small box. Crikey. There is just no way. There's a lot of bits I've not done for this yet. Because all its thrusters will be separate. It's got this back engine piece. It's got nozzles. It's got more wings there. It's got 2 more aerofoils underneath. It's got landing gears. The landing gears are going to be quite big as well because of these weird kind of come out at an angle landing gears. And then there'll be the covers for the landing gears.
JR might be a dickhead, but apparently he's got some great friends.
You and Car. I'm late! You are. Welcome. Thank you for the sub. So yeah, and then for cockpit wise, this gap here is obviously for the ladder. So there'll be the ladder, deployed, undeployed. There'll be the canopy. There'll be the pilot. Yeah, it's a tumbrel box. It's a big box. I mean, silhouette wise, it's as big as a Freelancer Max. The 1/100 Gladius. So yeah, it's a big box model. I think that's been determined. Got some heft to it as well. It's a nice. I mean, the arrow's a tight fit in the box by the time you put all those extra bits on pieces in it. What's the Gladius got? 3 size 3s? What's the Gladius's base loadout? So for all those who don't know, when we do a kit model in 1/100, because we sell separate weapons kits, and we'll be doing more weapons kits as we do more fighters. We'll try and launch 2 or 3 for each 1/100 model, so that we can slowly start building the weapon catalog up. Because there's so many weapons choices with missiles and different weapons, what we do is we have them interchangeable, including gimbals and all that kind of stuff on the 1/100 model. So what we do is we put the base loadout that you get in game with the model, comes with the model, and then you can purchase different weapons if you want to load your ship out differently. And that's the best way of doing it. It's not a Yes, God. There was like 2. That was back then when you consider you could have size 3s or size 2 gimbals on size 3 weapons with different weapons, different missiles. There were hundreds of thousands of potential weapon combinations. Even if you kept everything in pairs, it was ludicrous. So we do the base loadout. So yeah, 3 size 3s. Can someone Google what the base load? I think, and it'd be really geeky. I think it's got a Gatling on the front. And I think it's got Panthers, whatever the size 3. I think it's got Panthers and a yellow jacket's a size 1. Cal's will know. Cal's bizarrely knows all the guns because she's had to do so much to explain gimbaling. So yeah, so what we'll do, I think it has size 3 fixed weapons as standard on the Gladius. I think it's got size 2, whereas the Arrow has size 2 gimbaled onto its size 3s as standard loadout. Something tells me that the Gladius has size 3 guns, fixed size 3s as standard. We go and get the weapons kits. Alex the Droog. Oh, these. Oh, yeah. These wings are separate. Sorry. These wings are separate prints. The issue comes that I really want to be able to put the model, like as Flan's asking for, to be able to put the model as a fully built one back in the box. But yes, no, these are all separate, and this is semi-glued together. This bit is separate. The fuel tank bit is separate, and this is a few bits put together just as part of my test printing. So yeah, this is about five pieces, probably 5 or 6 pieces. Now broke my Gladius. You can see when I'm test fitting, I put the tiniest bit of glue on stuff because it's so that I can test glue stuff together, but then go snap it off, clean the glue out, and do the next print on it. Otherwise, I'd have to keep reprinting the whole thing. It'd just be boring. Like all the wingtips have come off as well because I put the tiniest bit of glue on it. I've been known to blue tack shit together just so I can keep doing the testing with it. Anyway, yeah. Do we know what? Ballistic Gatling on the front, laser repeater on the wings, all size 3s. Cool. So this is our print. So you can buy these. These are the Gatlings. So these are the size 2s that you get with the arrow. These are the size 3s, which you could obviously fit to the arrow. So it's got one of these on the nose. Bloop. I don't know if I actually put a hole on it. I have already. There you go. There we go. We already have the mount for it. There she blows. So that's a decent sized gun in there. Nice. So that's fixed, obviously, but you could put a gimbal in it. Brop. That's nice. It's nice. I like that. I like it a lot. So yeah. So what we'll do with this is it'll come with its standard weapons. It'll come with the size 3 Gatling and its size 3 laser repeaters, but I'll also put a load of gimbals in because the weapons kits themselves don't come with gimbals. The arrow kit comes with gimbals. Comes with 3 gimbals. So the aimless, yes, I know. So the fixed weapons have a shaped. Oh no! Oh, my camera glitching. Have a shaped pin, so you can only put them in. It'll only face one way. Whereas, and the gimbal has the same thing, but the gimbal's hole is round, so you can put the next size down in it, and it'll turn. It's amazing. It's amazing. But yeah, so that's cool. So we've already got weapons and stuff for that. So the Gladius will come with gimbals. So if you want to swap them out for gimbaled weapons, you've already got the gimbals, and you can just buy whatever weapons kits you need to put the right weapons on your Gladius. So that's all cool. Yes, I don't know if Carlos has heard the bad news. We have determined that the Gladius is never going to fit in the small box. It is going to be a big box kit because we've only just managed to get the Pisces to fit in, and the Gladius is a much bigger boy. So sorry. Yeah, we do want to do more weapons kits. So we've got hello Wyborg. So we've got 2 more or 3 more, I think, already test printed. So we'll try and drop another 2 weapons kits with the Pisces. Obviously, they'll also fit the arrows. So we'll probably do the. Well, the MSR is going to fit the T-timer. You'd think I'd have learned by now, but it turns out when things are on head, they're doing it. Oh, Cal's, Flan would also like us to... Oh, sorry, yes. Flan would also like us to sell the built foam as a product, because he'd like to put his built models back in the boxes. I said to remind me, but I've now told you, so one of us will remember us having to have a look at that, or not having to have a look at that as a product and work out what the price would be. Don't bring me into this. I'm blaming Flan. Flan did it. Flan did it. It's a really good idea there, Flan. It's like it is a genuinely good idea. We've made the foam for other people. It's like yeah, we never really thought of selling it. It's a bit dumb. So yeah, so that's cool. So that's how weapons work on the 1 to 100. So we'll do another 2. So I think we are doing. I think the 2 that are set up for the next drop are the Omni Skies and those laser repeaters, the Badger and the Panther and whatever they are. So love you too, Flan. Love you a long time. So yeah, so laser repeaters and Omni Skies for the next drop. Very happy to be guided on what next. We haven't done any more weapons, I don't think, set up. So with the Gladius, so obviously the Omni Skies and the the Omni Skies and the laser repeaters will drop with the Pisces. What would people like to drop with the Gladius? So what we do is we do the family, size 1 to 3. We've already done the Havocs, wherever the one the Havocs are in. There are Apocalypse Arms, shotgunny ones, and we've already done the Gatlings. So very happy to be guided by you guys. What weapons are you using? What would you like? What would you like to see? I say it'll come in a pack. What we've done, and I'm sure it'll work with everything else, with all the other guns because they're all about the same size. You get 8 size 1s. You get 4 size 2s and 4 size 3s. So that's what comes in our weapons kits. So you get quite a lot of guns with each kit. So I say 8 size 1s, 2 size 2, 8 size 1s, 4 size 2s, 4 size 3s. And that should be the same for all of them because they're all about the same size. Some of them are longer, but the longs. The Gladius storage box outside the ship. Sorry, you mean the one on the side? For the gun and for the gun rack and stuff. Yeah, I don't know how big that is. We might have to look at that, see if it's doable as a piece that comes out. Obviously, this has had its gold pass now, so it's also got all its component lockers and stuff on top. I don't know. I might have a look at it. I might have a scene whether we can do the components. I mean, I'd need to physically print one and see how big it is and see whether it's worth literally having all these component bays open. That's a bit ridiculous even for us. I like it. Do you know what I mean? It's just like, okay. It's totally doable. It'd be even more magnets. Jump down diorama kit. Yeah, but has external storage. Yes, there's a gun storage bit down here, I think. Does it have like a thing to put boxes in and stuff? I don't know. We'll obviously look through all that once we've got the base model done. But yeah, so by the time we factored in all these little fully modular outposts, modular outposts would be cool. But what scale would you do them in? If they were 1 to 100, they'd be massive. Yes, no, indeed. So yeah, so that's cool. So, young cars, I don't know. So the Gladius has openings up top for a lot of its components. It's big enough. I mean, they're bigger than some landing gears we've done. We'll have a think about it. It's one of those things. It would be cool to do. Would it be way over the top? Sounds like us. Because it's got hatches. It's got 2 hatches down each side for its scanners and stuff. They are more than big enough for us to do. I'll have a look. I would be interested in looking at them because it would be quite cool to see some of those components. And it would be pretty epic. It does sound like us, doesn't it? Well, this has got a more complicated model now. Love you guys. But yeah, why not? I'll see what it's like. I mean, when you consider we're going to be modeling the inside of this cargo bay, why the hell aren't we? Why wouldn't we model a component? we've got components on the Dragonfly model. You're welcome, everybody. So, the Gladius now has feature creeps. It's now not going to be out till 2028. You and Carl's fault. Hello, Brimstone. Just lurking. We are about to leave. Unfortunately, I'm afraid. It's been a long ass day. 2-hour stream is all I've got in me. I'm afraid. Next week we will. So let me get this right. So next week is Drew's birthday stream. We are giving away a Carrack. Moving sticks and buttons in the cockpit. Haha. No, definitely not. But what we have got in the Aran we'll have on this is the seat does eject out on like a little rail. Not like mechanically, but it slides in on its actual ejection rail, and the pilot's in there, so you've got a seat with a pilot or without a pilot, and they are holding the stick and the canopy opens and stuff, so we'll have that like we've got with the Arrow. So that'll still be pretty cool. Animated MFDs. Tiny MFDs. Perhaps when we do the 1-to-1. How about we do all of that when we do the 1-to-1 Gladius? Yeah? I think a 1-to-1 Gladius would fit in our workshop. Someone can pay me to build one. It'll have a lot of zeros. So yeah, next week, Star Citizen Shenanigans. Fingers crossed, some kind of PTU build. I think it's going to be unlikely, but you never know. You never know. I don't know how Evo's going because I'm not Evo and don't, obviously know. Thank you, BMX. So we're birthday stream for Drew, Westbrook Drew's birthday, 317 hype indeed. And so we'll be having some beers, it's early April. So having some beers, playing some Star Citizen, whether it's live patch or PT or whatever. And we're giving away a Carrack full blown kit. So it'll be a fairly long stream next week. It also might be starting at a different time for some of you. We're sticking it. We don't change the time of the stream in that it's 6 o'clock UTC. Our clocks will change before next stream, I think. So I know Americans' clocks already have changed, all that kind of stuff. So it will still need to be 6 o'clock UTC. So we'll be starting an hour later for us, which is. I think I prefer starting at 7. I'll let you get the day. It gives you another hour to get the day finished. Because that's always the problem. It's a bit of a rush to get everything done by 6, because we don't have Sundays off, so it's still a work day. But yeah. So thank you all for coming and hanging out. Let's see who is kicking around. Twitch. Let's see who we've got. Why don't I have a button? I do have a button. HD Vertigo. We've not barged in on him for a while. So say hi, if you will, and we shall see you all next week for some Star Citizen Shenanigans. If you want to take part in the Star Citizen Shenanigans, message in the server. We'll be doing it in the non-NDA server, so it'll all be good. And we shall see you all next week. Bye.